Hey, my name is Jocelyn. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was born in Veracruz, Mexico. If I could describe my average day in one word, it would be productive. Simply because I always have something going on, whether it may be with school, work, church, or with friends. My ambitions for the future are to possibly get my bachelor's degree or master's degree in business administration, and then possibly go to law school, and with that help other people like myself in the future. And also have my own business. As of now, I'm not too 100% sure what kind of business I would like to own, but I do know that maybe something in the tech field would be great. I came to the United States when I was 3.5 years old. I'm currently 20, so a while back. I mean, growing up, I never really knew that I was an immigrant or that, I migrated here from a different place. Like, I grew up thinking, like, this was my home. Like, the United States was my home, and I knew nothing else. Because in school, that's what I taught. I learned the American history, the founding fathers, Bill of Rights, all that stuff. But if you quiz me about the history of Mexico, I'm not going to know what to say to you because I didn't learn that. But it didn't hit me until I got into high school. And in high school, like, all my friends were driving to school and, working. And I was like, oh, well, I want to work too and, like, help my mom and dad out and, go places. But then I realized that I can't just because of one status. And that's when it hit me, college and, graduating. Like, it was hard just because, like, no one had the answers for me and no one knew what direction to tell me or where to go. So I felt like I was running around in circles. But eventually, I figured out a way. I found a tiny little window, and now I'm in college on my second year, getting my associates in business administration, and I'm minoring in computer programming. So I've come a long way, and I know other people can too. The thing I'm really passionate about is arts. If you met me at first, you probably wouldn't have guessed, but as you get to know me, arts is probably one of the things that really defines me as a person. I really like painting, and I really like to take pictures, photography, like going to art exhibits, just admiring works of art, because everyone individually is a work of art. That's how I see it. Everyone is a moving piece of art, whether you see it or not, but that's how I see people as. One of the other things I'm really passionate about is filming. I love making videos. I love telling people's story through the lens. At school, I'm part of the IFC club, which stands for International Friends Club. In that club, we try to advocate friendship between Americans and international people and just welcome them. I feel like to be an immigrant is not something that people should look at as a bad thing. If anything, they should be proud. Because I consider myself an immigrant, and I'm proudful to be Mexican, if anything. People migrate all the time for different reasons. Mine was for higher education. Other people are running away from something or problems or whatever it may be. But to me, to be an immigrant is to leave your home country and come or go to a different place that you don't know anything about. You don't know anyone. You don't know the environment, what it's like, but you're taking a risk. My faith is really strong. It's a big part of my life. I always remember to give thanks. Besides my parents' support, if I didn't have faith, I honestly don't think I would be where I am, because you always have to have a backbone to something, or every time you fall, you always have to pray and give thanks. At least in my life, I feel like having a strong faith has made me a stronger person. My name is Jocelyn. I told you briefly about my story, my culture, where I'm coming from, but I would like to know, where are you coming from? Why did you move to North Carolina? What do you miss about home? I would like to get to know what your story is.